for coming today. We're just going to be starting the Neev Book Award ceremony for today. To initiate, I'd like to invite to the stage two jury members, Ms. Rasila Huja and Dr. Duleka Sarhadi Raj, to begin the ceremony for us.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for having the stamina to stay on with us. So this year, as you know, we celebrate 75 years of India's independence. It's not a golden or a diamond anniversary. It's actually truly a sacred one. 75 years ago, a mere flicker in the long timeline of our civilization, we debuted as a modern nation. So today, Dr. Duleka Sarhadi Raj will read to you two poems to honor those early pioneers who embarked on a journey into unknown lands with only a promise to guide their way.
These poems are based on my ongoing research on partition. I started my research at the 50th anniversary in 1997 in the streets of Delhi, and I've been collecting oral histories of families who went through partition, and I'd like to share some of the work that I've done. Today's poems are the first set is based on the oral histories that I've collected, and the second is on a well-known person and my archival work on that. At the midnight hour, August 1947, my father decided it was too late to move. Generations enjoyed boris of sweetness, khajur, badam, grown from the ambrosia of our soil. Respected zamindari, surrounded by Musalman log. Nothing could happen to us. At the midnight hour, Lalaji decided to move. Sand can shift, float across new borders, from one side to another. Nothing could happen to us. At the midnight hour, take nothing, he said. Take the gold, bury the rest. We packed quietly. Nothing would happen to us. At the midnight hour, Ali Khan walked with his rifle by our side, as he had done for 20 years, protecting us, family until the end. He said, nothing would happen to us. At the midnight hour, we boarded a train, knowing we would be back home soon. People can't shift like sand. Nothing would happen to us. At the midnight hour, it was time to move, only temporary, until the dust settled. Nothing could happen to us. The second poem I will be reading from my larger collection of work that I'm working on a series of poems for partition. This one is titled, Dear Sir Cyril. If there's any kids in the audience, I want you to Google Cyril Radcliffe. No, thanks for putting your hand up. I want you to Google Cyril Radcliffe after I'm done today. But I'm giving you a little history of Sir Cyril, but from a modern perspective. Dear Sir Cyril, the moment you decided our fate, you couldn't fully see. Surely the last viceroy, he must have known your disability, your lack of vision. It was in plain sight, recorded on your army record. Your people couldn't use you to fight the great war, the just war, the war to end all wars. That war which scarred your people deeply, stole souls from men, robbed women of their brothers, husbands, and sons. Did your hearing amplify the din outside your bungalow? Seconded or sequestered, you worked hard, everything lit by candlelight, throwing long shadows of your armed guard across piles of old army maps. Could you see my people behind the random dots and lines? How could you seal our people's fate, sitting in the dark? final and irrevocable, a territorial award, dubious gift, not unlike one you studied, an ancient horse, another bloodbath, your made-up boundary demarcated in the dark. An Oxford man, versed in ancient Greek and Latin, first in greats, more human literature, with your extra oxon year you matriculated, certified to being more human. Perhaps you should have gone up to read Res Divine, may have helped you divine our fate, a commission for boundaries. Did you consider its innocuous title? A good man, a club man, a single malt man. Did you regale your friends with stories of the Mountbattens, elephants and tigers shot, 4,000 rupees refused for service to empire? Not quite humble, you felt fine to accept. Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire, a reluctant king's last-ditch attempt for imperial might. Not quite right, quite right. At 48, you were charged to visit the colony. Impossible timelines, you said, yet you demarcated on time. 6 weeks, approximately 36 days, straightforward task. Draw a clear line across a map. Quit you did, suddenly. Perhaps, most possibly, you sipped Darjeeling as you read about the dead in the Times. Or were you already on to predicting some other future? Lord of Appeal, we could not appeal to your sensibilities. Where did they lay? In the monetary policy, another committee or chamber that celebrates your name? Law lord, then life peer. A man of your word, no doubt. Your pen, your lack of sight, your lack of insight killed millions. Nothing up to date, not census, not maps, and here was your own personal gift horse, this most impossible task. I feel sorry for you, Oxford man of letters and duty, called upon to serve empire, God and king, king and country, land of hope and glory, or were you mostly serving yourself in this most ghastly act? You became the cartographer of millions of lives lost. Brothers, fathers, sons, daughters, wives, sisters, children, none spared as your impartial pen gashed through the heart of my people. We became others to each other. Then, as now, we watch others, those who, not unlike you, jostle for power, hunger for name, desperate for fame. Those who kill millions with a single stroke, traverse of the nib of one black inked pen across unmarked maps, exposing unaligned territory, rewriting history, egos oblivious, unconnected to any others, making up new boundaries, demarcating differences in the dark.
Thank you, Dhulika. I hope you don't mind if I speak on behalf of all of the audience. You know, for those of us who've grown up hearing the stories from our parents and our grandparents, Dhulika today added color to memories that honestly have been covered in ash. So thank you again. So just to bring us back to kind of thinking about where we are in India, where we're headed without getting too serious, you know, our civilization is thousands of years rich. And India's story honestly began the day these lines were drawn. But we're not just one single story. We contain within us multitudes. And it is in recognition and celebration of our diversity that the Neev Book Award exists. And so now I would like to hand it over to Noor Sabharwal.
I would now like to invite the members of the Neev Book Award 2022 jury to the stage. Please come and take your seats. Revisiting old books is like visiting old friends or cuddling with an old soft blanket. From The Hungry Caterpillar to Lala Rose to Velma Gratch and the Way Cool Butterfly. My first book sparked my current love for reading. These titles provided solace because they were familiar territory, and sparked imagination because my life was just beginning. The only challenge was that while the characters felt known, their situations did not. Few stories taught me about my culture and the struggles of my community and people. My father always says, we don't have to be Western to be modern, but we do have to be modern. And having our own literature and identity is key to being modern. As I grow older, my world is growing more porous, allowing the many delightful narratives, experiences, and characters of India to seep in. They do not look, think, or speak like me. This diversity, our diversity, needs books written for all Indians. Our future needs equity for all Indians. A new generation of books must spread awareness of memories from where we came and dreams of where we can go. J.K. Rowling says, if you don't like to read, you haven't found the right book. The 100-plus books highlighted by the Neev Book Awards help each young soul in India find the right book by bridging information gaps, reducing search costs, and recognizing India's multitude. The Neev Book Award jury has librarians, educators, writers, and readers from all over the world. They are cognitively diverse, yet united by their passion for children, reading, and Indian stories. I now call upon the jury to announce the winners of the Neev Book Award 2022.
The Neev Book Award recognizes outstanding writing that leads to deeper and fuller understandings of the complexity of Indian lives and stories. The award aims to raise awareness, nationally and globally, about original, distinguished, and diverse children's literature from India and its diaspora. The award is a platform to discover stories and voices with fresh, different, and yet relatable perspectives. It promotes children's books with Indian characters and settings so that children can see aspects of themselves and their worlds reflected in the literature they read.
Each year, publishing houses nominate their best books for the awards. This year, our jury was especially busy because we had 33 publishers submit 148 titles. Of these, we shortlisted 14. It was not easy. This evening, we're going to be joined by all our jury members from around the world, those who are able to be here with us, actually, to announce the 4 winners.
We have had months of deliberations on these books and would like to take a moment to humbly and gratefully recognize that the Neev Book Awards are here to celebrate all our shortlisted books published during 2021, an extraordinary year. Each book on this list is special in the hearts and minds of children, parents, librarians, and educators. We recognize all the creators for making these stories and the publishers for ensuring diversity in stories that inspire young people in all settings.
In the early years category, there were 3 books on the shortlist. Ikru's First Day of School by Sunaina Coelho, published by Pratham Books. Bumone's Banana Trees by Meeta Burdaloy, published by Tulika Publishers. And Pati's Rasam by Janaki Sabesh and Dwani Sabesh, published by Karadi Tales.
And the Neev Children's Book Award for the best book in the early years category goes to
Bumone's Banana Trees.
We invite the author and/or publisher to come up on stage to receive the award.
In Bumone's Banana Trees, a little girl must save her family's banana trees. For Bumone and her community, the banana tree is not only a major source of livelihood and sustenance, but also daily essentials. Clever little Bumone comes up with a great idea to keep the elephants away from her precious banana trees while helping the large creatures. Meeta Bordaloy tells a powerful tale of human-animal conflict set in Assam, which addresses modern problems related to sustainability, our carbon footprint, and coexistence with endangered species.
Congratulations to the winner.
And now to the next category. In the emerging readers category, we had 5 books on the shortlist. Jamlo Walks by Samina Mishra, published by Puffin Books. The Homework by Ashwin Gua and Vaibhav Kumaresh, published by Karadi Tales. The Girl Who Was a Forest by Lavanya Karthik, published by Duckbill. That Night by Bijal Vatrajani, published by Pratham Books. And Topi Rockets from Tumbai by Menaka Raman, published by Puffin Books.
And the Neev Children's Book Award for the best book in the emerging reader category goes to
Jamlo Walks.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Jamlo Walks is a stunning picture book that draws on a real incident of a child carrying the chilies she earned harvesting to her home village far away. This story explores the trials of a young migrant worker during the COVID-19 lockdown in India, who, like so many others, is forced to make her way home on foot. The reader goes along with Jamlo on her journey, which is interspersed with glimpses into the lives of middle-class urban children who do not face the same challenges. A simple yet powerful narrative that deals with themes of justice, inequality, and humanity.
Congratulations to the winner.
In the junior readers category, we shortlisted 3 titles. The Best at It by Maulik Pancholi, published by HarperCollins Children's Books. Uncle Nehru, Please Send Me an Elephant by Devika Karyappa, published by Tulika Publishers. When the World Went Dark by Jane D'Souza, published by Puffin Books.
And the Neev Children's Book Award for Best Book in the Junior Readers category goes to
When the World Went Dark.
We invite the author and or publisher to come up on stage to receive the award.
This novel, set in an Indian city during the COVID-19 lockdown, explores how a child's emotions expand when the world they live in shrinks. Jane D'Souza deftly weaves a mystery laced with wordplay into the multi-part journey of 8-year-old Swara going through the grieving process for her grandmother. While fully confined to her home, Swara busts a gang of thieves with her ever-expanding group of neighborhood accomplices and demonstrates what curiosity, kindness, and persistence can accomplish in a community.
Congratulations to the winner.
Okay, this is our last category. Are you ready? In the young adult category, we had the following books. Bandi Lanka's Forgotten Lives by Kamakshi Papu Murthy, published by Lead Start Inkscape. Rain Must Fall by Nandita Basu, published by Duckbill. And Somnath Hor Wounds by Likla and Kripa, published by Art First Publications.
And the Neev Children's Book Award for Best Book in the Young Adult category goes to
Rain Must Fall by Nandita Basu, published by Duckbill.
We invite the author and publisher to come up on stage to receive the award, please, after they're finished hugging.
In this first-person graphic novel illustrated with spare black and white drawings, Rumi, a non-binary 15-year-old, discovers a ghost in their ancestral home by the sea. Across the generations, the struggles both have experienced to express themselves within the family and as artists are gradually revealed. The two realize the importance of being seen and loved for who they really are. Teens will be drawn to this paranormal drama about friendship and identity and will root for both souls.
Congratulations again to the winner. And with that, this concludes the Neev Book Awards ceremony for 2022. It's wonderful that we could all be together again in person to celebrate children's literature. Thank you, all the publishers, the authors, the illustrators, the teachers, the librarians, and the children and the parents for all that you do. Thank you.
And this is unscripted, so don't go yet. I think we're coming back after 3 years, and we should really celebrate that. And we should really celebrate everyone who's worked hard over those 3 years to produce such fabulous books. And I think we should stand up and give everyone a round of applause today.
Okay, so I'll just be concluding. I'll make this quick. We've heard many times today of African-American educator Rudine Sims Bishop's characterization of great children's literature as mirrors, windows, and doors. Mirrors reflect our own experiences, windows provide views into the lives of others, and doors allow us to enter the world of imagination. She says when children cannot find themselves in the books they read, or the images that they find themselves in are distorted or negative, they learn a powerful lesson about how they are valued in society. The Neev Book Awards selection of books with various Indian authors, themes, and stories is a new view of India. Our view of the world is not wrong, but incomplete, as our reading lives, have been dominated by Western stories. If a body of literature is how memory and identity are transmitted from one generation to the next, what children read must reflect what it means to be Indian, where India is coming from, where India is going, what stories are native to this subcontinent, and who we are. The Neev Book Awards spreads awareness of Indian narratives, empowering us as readers to see our rich cultural heritage as a cauldron of creativity and a forest of diversity. It has been almost 8 decades since Gandhiji said, "I want the cultures of all the lands to be blown about my house as freely as possible, but I refuse to be blown off my feet by any." Over this time, India has become more comfortable with her place in the world. As we look to India at 100, I am hopeful that Indian children's literature will act as a mirror for India's rich diversity and quiet confidence. My huge congratulations to the authors, publishers, and winners. You have told us important stories that would have otherwise gone unheard. Thank you to the jury members. The hundreds of hours you have spent reading have made a true impact on Indian literature. The jury is truly an embodiment of what this award stands for, inclusivity and integrity. And lastly, thank you, young and young at heart readers.